Right, so translation. We just said that translations means to what? Slide. Translations are slide. Okay. So you have to remember when we're doing coordinate pairs and coordinate grids, that it's always x, comma, y. And x tells you you're doing what direction?
Left or right?
It's either left or right. The y values are always doing what? Up and down. Good. No, you get this.
Down.
Alright. So we're going to slide our figure. That's all you're doing is you're taking a figure and you are sliding it. Okay? So first thing we want to do is make sure if we have two shapes that we know which one is the new and which one's the original. So let's just always be in the habit, like last time, of shading our new shape. Okay, how do you know which one's new? Start the apostrophe. The apostrophe is good, so let's shade it. Okay, so using directions for your x values, going left or right, what do you think happened to our figure? It was here. It was here. So which direction did it slide?
Up.
We want to do x first, though. We want to do left, right.
Right.
I heard right and I heard left.
Left.
It was here. It slid.
Right.
Left.
Oh. Right.
Guys, the white
Right.
is here and it slid to the right. Okay, so it slid to the right. Now it also went what with the y values? Up. So we went to the right and to the up. Now, to the up. Not only do you need to know directions, you need to know how many places. So what you want to do is you want to pick one point. Okay? You got to pick one point and stick with it. Y'all want to do F, G, H, or J?
F.
Okay. So here's F. This is the new. This is the original. How many to the right did we go? One. With one to the right. And then how many up did we go? Three. So we're always, and if it helps you, draw that line. Okay, we're going one to the right and three up. Okay, so what is my new F prime?
-5, +5.
Good. -5, +5. Okay. What is G prime?
That would be 5. +5? Wait.
G prime?
+6,
Oh.
+8.
I got the wrong one.
+6, +8. This is just practicing finding coordinates. Okay. What is your H prime?
7 and 1.
No.
Oh wait.
8. 8, 4.
8 and
8.
4. And what's your I prime?
-3.
-3, -1.
-2,
Oh, wait.
+2.
Yeah,
-3,
-2,
+2.
Positive.
Oh, negative.
+2. Okay, so not only do we need to know the directions, we need to know how to write it algebraically. When we did dilations, how do we write our algebra? Yeah.
For I, you should go up 3, but you want.
Oh, hold on just a second. Okay, so for dilations, we multiplied, which means we had like 3x or 2/3 x. Y'all remember that? Okay. For translations, we have to have adding and subtracting. Okay. So Ben brought up a question. He thinks that they're different. So let's check. Okay. Which letter, Ben? I. So from I, if I went over to the right one and up 3, am I in the right place? Yeah. So they're all going to go over 1, up 3. Over 1, up 3. They all go up the same. That's why it doesn't matter which one you pick. So they're all going to go over and up.
But does it have have to do something about the negative because.
Are you talking about when the numbers
I
change?
did. I did.
You got it? Okay. So our algebra, we always need to start with x comma y and an arrow, because this is telling you this is the original. And now my new shape, we always start with x. What happened to x?
It got a thing.
It went what direction? It went one to the right. So was that a negative or a positive?
Positive.
Positive one. Okay. Then we look at our y values. We went up. It's up plus or minus? Plus 3. And that's how you do it. Okay? So
It's
the
pretty simple.
left is going to be minus. The right is going to be positive. That's the things that people mix up. Y'all are pretty good about knowing that down means negative and up means positive, but the left and right trick people a little bit. Okay, you have to know that. If I were to look at all these numbers, let's just take h. Okay, we set x plus 1. My x is 7. What's 7 plus 1? 8. Okay, my y is plus 3. What's 1 plus 3? 4. If I was to do the 5, 5 plus 1 is 6. Y, so 5 plus 3 is 8. So does everybody see how it works? Okay? So, if I said I am moving 3 to the left, how would I write 3 to the left? Right here, minus 3. And what would be 1 up?
1
Plus 1. So my algebra would be x, y, and then x minus 3, and then y plus 1. That's all it is. Good enough?
Oh.
Alright. What if I'm moving 8 to the right? What's happening? Plus 8. What if I'm going 5 down?
Minus 5.
Minus 5. So you just have to know your directions. If you do, this is very, very easy. But my algebra is
X plus
and y
minus 5.
minus 5. So I don't have to redraw the shape and do all of that to find the points. I can just use the algebra and add or subtract. Okay? On the second one, which shape do I want you to shade?
The new one.
The new one. How do I know which one's new?
Where's the apostrophe?
That apostrophe, yeah, prime. So if you shade it, you can easily see that it moved what direction?
Left.
Went to the right, and then it did what?
Down.
Down. So I know it went right, and I know it went down. Alright, I have to actually know which direction. So first, let's do these points. Okay? X prime is what?
Negative 3, positive 2.
Good. Everybody get negative 3, positive 2? Okay, what's y prime?
That'd be positive 9, positive 7.
6 or 7? 7.
7, yeah.
Alright, and z prime?
Negative
0.5.
What's your x value?
1.
Positive 1. And then it's going to be
Negative.
negative 1.5. Did you see that green? Okay. Alright, so if I have the picture, I can pick and do like we did, or I can look at the numbers. Okay? What letter do y'all want to pick?
Oh, X.
Okay, I heard y first, and y is positive, so we're going to pick y. Okay, so which direction did I move? And how far?
You moved
To the right.
right,
How many to the right?
3,
3,
and down
then
1.
Down 1.
1 down. So my algebra always starts with x, y. And And remember, you always want to do the direction first. What direction did your x go?
Right.
To the right. So what does that mean? Plus or minus?
Plus.
Plus 3.
Negative one.
And then I have y. And why is it negative, Gavin? So just go down. Good. Y minus 1. And that is all we're doing. Okay? Asking ourselves, is it left or right? And then counting to figure out how many it is. Okay? On the back, it does not have 2 pictures drawn. So the picture it gives me is the original. And it says draw the translation 4 to the left. Okay? 4 to the left.
No point.
So left. What is 4 going to be? Negative or positive? Negative. So negative 4. And I'm also going where? 2 units up. How do I write that? Plus 2. Good. Alright. So it wants us to label our new coordinates. So I'm going to take every point and I'm going to move it 4 to the left and 2 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Label it M prime. Then I'm going to take P. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That is P prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. O prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's N prime. Once you have your 4 points connected, you're going to use your lovely ID to make your drop point. Or
There's one more too.
Look on the shelf up here by the markers. Keep going, see the markers? Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and connect them. Connect. Your picture should look very, very similar to the original. If it does not, you did something wrong. Now that I have a new shape, it's easy to see that it went what direction?
Left.
Left and
Up.
Okay? So the question was to know what are the coordinates of O prime?
-2, -6.
Very good, Lydia. -2, -6. Okay, I need my algebra expression. What does it always start with? What do we always start with?
X and Y.
X, Y. And now I need my algebra X, what?
I miscalculated one.
X -4, thank you. And then what happens to Y?
Plus 2.
+2. Okay? And that is how you do the algebra expression.
You want to solve it?
That you're just writing the equation. Okay. It says make sure you're building good habits. Remember being neat and careful, because if you miscount, if you do it wrong there, then you're going to miscount. Okay? So be very neat, be very careful. All right, on the next one, it says it wants you to translate it 9 to the right. How do we write that?
You moved up one constant.
Good, Ben. The right is +9. And then it wants us to go 3 up. How do I write that?
Plus
3. Okay? Once you do that, you have your algebraic expression. Now this one wants us to find the coordinates of x prime. So I'm going to move x 9. Oops. And then up 3. That is x prime. So where does x prime fall? 4, 8. Good. Okay, so we went 9 to the right and then we went 3 up. So 4, 8 is our new x prime. And then our algebra, again, it always starts with x, y. And you always have to do your x first. So x plus 9, y plus 3. So once you get this part, it's easy. You just put the x and the y in front. You just have to be careful that you put them in the correct order. Don't mix up the order because it does matter. Okay? Everybody all right? All right. That next page is I'm going to show you how to do it when you do not have a picture. Okay? You don't want to draw the picture every single time. So I'm going to show you how to use that algebra so that you don't have to draw the picture. Okay? So it says example 3, translations by ordered pairs. Oh, one thing I forgot. Draw a little coordinate grid here. Okay? We're going to talk about which quadrant we're in. You know what a quadrant is? Okay, what is a quadrant?
Like
I know what it is.
Okay, what does quad mean?
4 corners.
4. Okay, so this is broken into 4 quadrants, 4 parts. So the easy way to do this, because it goes backwards, is to make a C for coordinate grid. Okay, where the C starts, that's quadrant 1. They always write these in Roman numerals, so make sure that you have it in Roman numerals and you know how to read Roman numerals. Okay, we're going to follow the C, so it's backwards. That's 2. That's 3. And then IV is 4. Okay, so you start with the C to help you know the order, because some questions do ask you about which quadrant you're in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The C helps you to know the order. Alright, so this time I don't have pictures, but I need to find the new points. So it tells me I'm going 5 up and 1 to the right. Remember, it's x comma y. Which one of those is my x?
3.
Up or right?
Oh, 5.
Up or right?
Oh, right.
Right. Okay? So 1 to the right is my x value. So sometimes they switch the order, so you have to be careful. Right is 1. What's happening to my y? Going 5 up. So 5 plus. Okay? So if it's to the right, is that plus or minus? Plus. So my x values, what am I going to add? 1. So it's already 3. What's my new x value? 4. Let's go down to B. It's 0. What's my new x value? 1. C. What's my new x value? 2. Okay? Everybody understand that I just added 1. That's all. My y values, what am I having to do? Going up 5, so I'm adding 5. So what's my new y value? 9. 7.
12.
12. Okay? So that's all you're doing. When you don't have the picture, all you have to do is add to each one. Now these were easy because they were all positive. It gets a little bit trickier when they're not all positive. Let's write our algebra. What does algebra always start with? X, Y. Always, always, always. What happened to my X?
Plus 1.
Plus 1. What happened to my Y?
Plus 5.
Plus 5, and that's it. There are going to be questions that literally just say, which algebra expression matches the translation? That's all you have to know how to do, is find the algebra and go backwards using algebra. Okay? On the next one, this time, it gives me the points and it wants me to find. So now I can't just scroll over and count unless you want to draw those pictures, but that's going to take time. So let's look at our x value. Okay, my x value is 2, and then it becomes what?
-2.
Okay, so here's 2, here's
It
negative
goes
2.
on 4.
Which
Minus
direction
4.
did I go?
Left.
I went to the left, which means I'm going to what? Minus, and how many?
4.
Minus 4. We want to double check to make sure that works. I started at 4, and now I'm at 0.
Yep.
Is that still minus 4? Yeah. Okay, I'm at -4 and I'm at -8. Is that still minus 4? Yes. So all of my x values went down by 4. So I'm going to write x comma y. And then what happened to my x?
Negative.
-4. Good.
Misty, this,
Yes.
you switched the two. You put -2 instead of +2.
Oh, which one?
On the first one.
On the first one? On the other one. That one's supposed to be positive.
I'm showing you that we're going left.
Oh.
That's why I'm writing on that way, because I'm showing you that one left. Okay, now the y values. What's the first y value? 3, and it went from 9. So it started at 3, and it went 9. You don't even need to draw that because you know that went what?
Right to.
You went to the right? Up.
Oh,
6. Okay, we want to double check. From -3 to 3, is that also 6?
Yes.
From 0 to 6, is that also 6? Yes. So that's how I know that works. Okay, you want to check all of them, not just one, to make sure you didn't add or subtract wrong. Is everybody okay with that? All right, last one. Read them all and pick the one that works. Don't shout the answer. I'm going to give everybody a chance. Okay? So read those 4 answer choices to yourself. Don't say the answer. Easy. That's good. Nope, all you're doing is making sure you know what the -1 means, what the -2 means. And notice they switch them up. Is it right or is it left? Is it up or is it down? Alright, close your eyes. Raise your hand if you picked. Close your eyes. Are you really gonna do this? Wait, close your eyes. Raise your hand if you picked A. Hands down. B. Hands down. C. D. Alright. Everybody except for Luke, because he answered on everything, got it correct. So good job. The answer was A. Okay? Again, it's really that simple. You just have to know, wait, am I going left? Am I going right? Am I going up or down? It's that easy. But what do you think the things that people mess up? A blunder is like a mistake. What do you think people mix up?
X and Y.
Okay, the X and Y. Like on this one up here, they switch the order up. So be careful that you know the difference between X and Y. X and Y is right and left. And then,
Negative and positive.
so people also mix up left and right. They're not sure either which one is left or which one is right, or they're not sure which one is negative or positive. So be careful asking yourself, X goes first. X means left or right.
Yeah.
X goes first. X is left or right. Okay? All right, fold this paper up. There's nothing on the back. You fold it up. Not quite all the way. Fold it up like this. One last thing. I'm going to remind you here, this C, put a coordinate. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's one other word. Well, this is a good place. I'm going to remind you that X is either going to be left or right. And Y is going to be what? Up or down. Okay, so this is just a quick reminder. And then one word you're going to see is orientation. So orientation is going to mean the order or the direction it's facing. So either it's talking about the order of the letters or the direction that your shape is facing. Okay? When we translate something, when we slide something, do you think it's going to face a different direction when I slide it? No. Okay, so your orientation is not going to change. Just like dilations, did our order change? No. Okay, it will change on the next. So that's why